Yes, people, what's happening? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to the match reaction for Chelsea nil, Manchester City 1 at Wembley. Yeah, another disappointing result, another defeat at Wembley, but an all too familiar script, one that we've seen many, many times before. Play really well, don't deserve to lose, create multiple clear-cut chances, don't take them, and get punished at the other end, and we end up losing. Football's not about deserving, it's about being clinical, and it's about doing the business when it matters. And unfortunately, guys, once again, we didn't do the business when it mattered today. We are out of the FA Cup. Our best chance of qualifying for Europe has now gone. And yeah, I think that's where we're at, people. That is where we're at right now. It's going to be very difficult to qualify for Europe now. Just frustrating day, you know. What can we say? You know, how many times do we have to say we miss chances? You know, we don't take advantage when we're on top, and then we concede and we end up losing, and it's just a rinse and repeat cycle right now at Wembley. Like most of our games at Wembley recently have followed the exact same pattern: outplay the opposition, don't take the opportunities, get punished, and lose. Happened against Liverpool. It's happened today against Man City. Arguably it happened in both finals under Thomas Tuchel that we played against Liverpool. Every Wembley game for us is following a familiar pattern that we need to address and get on top of. You know, it's so annoying, so frustrating again. But look, today was on the players, not on the manager. You know, yes, people can say, oh, the subs were a bit late or whatever. Yes, maybe, but ultimately the subs were the right subs. You can talk about, yeah, I don't know what's happened to the Wi-Fi. I don't know why it's on one bar. Is it a bit shit? Like, is it? I mean, it's saying excellent connection, but I'm not sure it is. Is there a lag? People, let me know in the chat. What are you saying? Is there a lag? Yeah, I think this is exactly it. Poor finishing cost us again. Look, I thought today, well, obviously the cup's about going through. Knockout football is about going through. By the way, guys, anyone else having issues with the stream? Is the Wi-Fi shit? Please let me know. Because one person's saying it's shit, but it could be their Wi-Fi, could be their computer or whatever. Anyone else that's logged in? Oh, for fuck's sake. Big lag with the video. Jesus Christ. Let me just reset this internet quick. Here. Right. Is that better now? Is that any better? Please do let me know. I mean, ultimately, I might just hotspot off my phone, to be perfectly honest. Is the Wi-Fi still shit, people? I'm just going to hotspot it. Yeah, is that better, people? Let me know. Is that better? I've changed to the phone now. Oh, we should be better now. What are we saying, guys? What are we saying? Anyway, where was I? Yeah, you know, lost today. Yeah, fantastic. We're back in the game. Yeah, I've gone for the phone hotspot, so hopefully that's clearer and better. Is that a W for me? That is a W for me. Yep, fantastic. All good on the thing. Yeah, here he is. Yes, yes, yes. Big up, big up, big up. Yeah, guys, I'm hotspotting because for some reason Wi-Fi has decided to be utter gash. So yeah. Anyway, we're back in the game. We're back in the game. Yeah. Big up to everyone that's locked in, by the way. Keep smashing the like, subscribe if you're new around here, all of that good stuff. You lot know what to do. Yeah, I don't know where to start with this. I thought, you know, yes, we deserved. Yes, we were better. Yes, we had the better chances. Yes, yes, yes to all that stuff. But ultimately, it doesn't matter in the end, because if you can't take your opportunities when they arise, when you play quality teams on big occasions, you're going to get punished. And That is exactly what happened to us. We got punished for not taking our chances. Same old story, same old story. Yeah, we're back in, we're back in, we're back in. Honestly, this game could really have been 3-1 to us. This game, we should have won that game 2 or 3-0. Or if you give them that goal that they got anyway, we should have won that game 2 or 3-1. Simple as that. Created so many opportunities. I'm not gonna shit on Jackson because, you know, actually outside of the obvious, he was again very good today. If anything, it just lays bare that we shouldn't have even been in that situation in the first place. You know, spend all that money last summer, you don't bring in a clinical striker, and if we'd signed someone in the summer, then and they were in that position, then of course, you know, it could be a different story. So look, I think, you know, recruitment's to blame today. You know, players to blame. I mean, the penalty thing as well. I've seen some still images. I've not actually had a chance to watch it back, but from what a lot of people have said, that should have been a penalty, and it wasn't given, which is just our luck. I mean, they barely looked at it. Literally, they must have checked that. They must have spent less than 10 seconds checking that. As soon as it came up on the screen, within about 10 seconds, it was waved off, which is kind of a madness, really. Is what it is. You could say we were robbed or whatever on that front, but ultimately, like, you can talk about that and we should have had a penalty. Yeah, sure, but we should have scored 3 goals. You know, that's the reality. The first one for Jackson, the one-on-one, tries to take it around the keeper. Not, again, poor decision making. Actually, the second one, the shot's not that bad. Like, it's on target. It's forced the keeper to make a save and parry it out. The unforgivable one out of the 3 is the header. It's put on a plate for him by Palmer. He just needs to head it straight, and he heads it back across to the goalkeeper. That was the worst one. That was the worst one. Yeah, that's the thing. It's parallel universe. Like, it's if buts and maybes doesn't really matter in football. If buts and maybes do not matter, we should have won. It's irrelevant. Football is about doing, not about deserving. And that was that. You know, that's the reality. That's the reality. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. But what today did confirm was it was a perfect example of what's gone wrong this season. Without Levi Colwell or without Wesley Fofana, I know he's not been fit this season, but we're not good enough to play out from the back without Colwell or Fofana in the team. Midfield shows quality, also goes missing. Injuries costing us at key points and a lack of quality in depth, and strikers missing sitters. That's pretty much summed us up this season. That was an encapsulation of what all the problems have been this season so far. That 90 minutes summed them all up. I thought there were some good individual performances today. I thought we defended very well. We definitely defended better as a unit. We looked more compact. I thought Cucurella played well, made 2 good goal line clearances. Silva was decent. I thought Chalobah was outstanding today. The idea that we're going to get rid of him is a nonsense, absolute nonsense. I agree, absolutely has to. Look, Disasi, for what it's worth, has done well this season, but there's no way Disasi is considerably better than Chalobah. He's not. He simply isn't. Trev was brilliant today. Should be staying this summer, but I don't know. I don't know if he will. Again, he's got that pure profit tag above him. If he wasn't from the academy, he'd be staying because he's not being sold for footballing reasons. He's more than proven every time he puts the Chelsea shirt on that he's more than good enough. So yeah, he should absolutely be staying. What else are people saying in the chat? We'd have more threat with Sterling on the left, Gallagher next to Caicedo. Jackson was good. Yeah, again, obviously we know why he went for that, because they're obviously City are a much better team, a much better team. There's no denying that. But yeah, wingers went missing. Well, we had Madueke, I thought, in a poor game, and then we had Gallagher playing on that left-hand side most of the time. I'm not a fan of that, but actually today it wasn't the end of the world. It didn't cost us the game. That wasn't dreadful. In terms of how the team was set up. Palmer was central, Gallagher was more towards the left, Noni was on the right. I didn't hate it. I mean, it's not something I want to see on a regular basis going forwards, but it actually, for what it's worth, it worked out okay today. That simple. We need another right back in the summer. What, a third one? I don't think we need another one. Not next season, one game a week. Hopefully not. But I think Madueke and Mudryk are definitely not good enough as a starter. Inconsistent. They both show glimpses, but there's a complete lack of consistency. But that's a byproduct of how this squad has been put together. Baffling why Jackson's not shooting and bending it round or just placing it one-on-one when there was a gap to the goalkeeper's left. When you watch a replay. Yeah, but this is another thing for me. Actually, let's get into that point first. Because I said it after the game. I said it after the game on Chelsea Fan TV. How many players is this actually really hurting? Like, genuinely devastated about? Silva seen crying at full time. It's difficult to describe in words what I feel now. We're very sorry we didn't make it. We left everything on the pitch. Proud of this group. Thank you to all of you for never leaving us. And then there's a clip where you've got, obviously he's devastated by it, and you've then got Madueke laughing in the background with Grealish. Like, where's the mentality? Like, I'm not sure that this is hurting enough of these players, or that they actually care enough. I think obviously Silva does. Obviously, I think you look at the guys that have been here for a long time, Gallagher, Chalobah, guys coming from guys coming up from the academy. I just don't know how many of these players is actually hurting, because not many of them looked that bothered. I'm not sure where the accountability is. To be honest, that I'm not sure on. Where is the level of accountability? It doesn't seem to be there. And when you've got players like laughing and joking after we've just lost the semi-final, that's not good. That's a poor look, and it's Madueke, and it might look like a small thing, but we've had the nightclub incident earlier in the season. We've obviously had the penalty incident, and now we've got this where he's laughing, and all those things don't reflect well. They do not reflect well, and something's got to change with him. He shows glimpses of ability, and there is ability there. Attitude appears to be shocking, absolutely shocking. Considering the players we have as a team overall, Poch probably done as well as he can do at the moment. I don't think another manager does drastically better. In my opinion, has Poch been perfect this season? Far from it. Has he made mistakes and will continue to make mistakes? Yeah, he probably will. But this idea that people think we'd be miles better off with someone else is just not the case. If you gave this set of circumstances to another manager, like if we're in the race for Europe with 6-7 games to go, then realistically, as much as shit as it is to say, that's probably where we're at with this squad right now. Keep Chalobah and spend the transfer. Yeah, Chalobah needs to be kept. Chalobah should be kept, but it's going to be a criminal situation if he ends up being sold. Yes, big up, mate. Hope you're doing well. There was fights there. That's one thing you can't accuse this team of, is downing tools. You absolutely can't. There was no downing of tools today. We gave it everything. We fought right until the end. We didn't take our chances, and we got punished. That's the reality. But at least there's fight there. And I think, I'll be honest, I think there's something. We're not far away. We obviously know what the deficiencies are. We're not a million miles away in terms of things coming together as a team. The basis is there, but there's still a few bits of the jigsaw missing. I don't know what was going on with the Wi-Fi, but yeah, I've had to switch to the hotspot. Exactly, it does pretty much. It pretty much sums up the day. I don't think he's poor. I disagree that he's poor. But yeah, look, obviously Doku comes on. But I've seen that back. It was nowhere near as bad as I thought it was by the way people were talking about it. He doesn't get skinned or anything. He just kind of stands off him. But yeah, look, does that happen if Gusto's there? Who knows? But ultimately, like, we lost the games, we didn't take our chances. Yeah, Madueke thinks more about his Gucci band than Chelsea. Maybe. I don't know for certain, but it's just disappointing. Yeah, this is the reality. Only a few people looked concerned, and like, obviously you can express emotion in different ways, but I'm just not sure with this group how many of them are really hurting. Like, how many are really hurting? And you know, for me, we're in this position because like, I can't. People blaming the managers today are just like are just completely wide of the mark. Absolutely, completely and utterly wide of the mark on that one. You know, you can't blame Poch today. Jackson cannot miss those chances on a plate twice, and then the Gusto injury summed it up. And then there was nothing we could do. We couldn't even take Jackson out of the game because the recruitment, because we signed a grand total of 0 strikers in the summer who were ready to play at a high level. We pretty much had an unlimited budget within reason, and we've come away with a striker who is better on the wing. And 18 months ago, he wasn't even a striker. Do you know what I mean? Like, it just highlights that the recruitment has been poor. It really has. Too many players that aren't good enough to play at a high level right now. So as Pearl Recruitment Club's done when we banished Chalobah. No, I agree. Yeah, I would also agree on that. Don't see us getting European football. Yeah, I think it's going to be difficult now, given the run of games that we have got coming up. There's no denying it's going to be tricky. But let's see what we can do. Let's see what we can do. Yep, Chalobah stays fit. Yes, big up, big up. Watch Axel, that's a confidence in front of goal. His confidence in front of goal. Yeah, no, he's still learning. To be fair, Poch needs the right team to work with. There are good players in this team with tons of potential, but we need some experience. Yeah, no, we do. And this summer is going to be absolutely crucial. Absolutely crucial this summer as to what sort of direction the team might be heading in. Because right now, you know, we're gonna find out a lot about this team. And where it's going in the summer. Atmosphere was good, to be honest. Atmosphere was good. You know, Chelsea fans were really good today. You know, not always said that this season, but yeah, the fans were decent. The atmosphere was good. We ultimately just came up short. What else? What else? So much stuff coming in. Coming in the chat. Madueke was smashing the ball over the bar versus Sheffield when he finally scored. He celebrated like he was yeah. No, I hear you on that. I've got so much stuff. Ivan Toney would be a good signing. Yeah, he would be a good signing, but I don't think that's the route that we're going to be going down. If Gallagher was in 8-2, yeah, look, it's difficult, isn't it? Because there's nothing really new to say about what we've seen today. You know, there's a clip at the end where Chilwell's through and he could have just crossed it to Sterling early on. It's about decision making. There was a first time pass to be played and Sterling could have been in. But I don't know. I'm not sure if the root problem of everything right now is just the players. You know, we had the directors patting themselves on the back in interviews after the window shut. You know, that this summer we have to get things right. We have to. This group of players now have had the experience of playing at Wembley twice, and we've had to deal with an injury crisis and some playing consistent football for the first time in England. You know, it's something that needs ironing out. And look, there's massive risks if you stick with Pochettino, but there's also massive risks if you remove him and put someone else in. There's massive risks either way with whatever you do, guys. That's kind of where we're at right now. Massive risks what we decide to do. But yeah, it is really poor at the end of the day. It is poor. Because we created multiple chances. It's not the manager's fault that Jackson missed 3 sitters. Gallagher on the left wing, I agree, was not what I envisaged when the lineup was going to be announced. But that didn't actually work out that badly in the end. Yeah, okay, you can maybe mention that the subs could have been done a little bit earlier, but ultimately the subs were the right subs to make. So yeah, it's not on the manager today. If you want to blame the manager, that's fine, but you're miles off with it. Well, yeah, look, if people, because people love a blame culture these days, but if you're going to blame anyone for what's going on, then ultimately it's the ownership that are responsible for the situation that we're in right now. But yeah, back to what I was talking about. The reality is that I'm just not sure if there's enough elite mentalities in the dressing room, and there's enough players that are actually really hurting from this. How many of them are gutted tonight, going to be going home devastated, and how many of them aren't really that bothered? It strikes me that there's not many players that are that fussed about what's happened today. I'm not saying they don't care at all, but I'm just not sure how many of them care enough. That's the thing. That's the issue at the end of the day. But this summer is going to be absolutely crucial, absolutely crucial. But today was very, very simple as to why we lost. Very, very simple. You know, look, people love to mention about the Sassy at right back thing. You know, could we have played Cucurella there and brought on Chilwell? I mean, Cucurella played there earlier in the season. Ultimately, like, that wasn't the reason we lost. Okay, maybe that might have ultimately led to the goal, but you know, we were asking for trouble when we simply were not taking our opportunities, and that's what happens at the top level. That's what happens at the top level. Jackson, he does the most. Does he do the most talking on the team? I've not noticed that. You know, Jackson's had a good season for what he was bought in to do. He's had a good season. You know, first season in England, only his third or fourth season as a professional. You know, 18 months ago he wasn't even a striker. And given the circumstances that he's been in, he's played well for us this season. He's had a good season: 10 Premier League goals, 13 goals in all competitions. You know, his overall play is very good. The way that he runs channels, the way that he holds the ball up, the way that he links play, the way that he's always there as an outlet for the team. Those things are all good. But then the most important thing, those things are important, but then the most important thing in terms of the ability to put the ball in the back of the net, that needs huge work on it. It needs huge work. There's no getting away from that. All they care about is the bag. They're on for another. Look, I think that's a little bit unfair, but I have to say I would have to question what's happening right now. I really would have to question it. Why does Poch take 80 minutes to make a sub? Mitchell or Sterling against a tired Walker for 20 minutes? Look, I agree. Certainly, Sterling probably should have played more than 10 minutes. But again, we don't know if that's all that he could manage, given he'd been ill with the food poisoning, he'd lost weight, etc. Maybe that was the most that he could do. I'm not sure. Again, I don't really know why Carney didn't come on. He could have potentially made a difference. Could have been someone that we looked to bring on. Of course, but outside of that, there's very little that we could have done differently, in my opinion. We should build our team around homegrown players and forget about pure profit. I mean, look, there's certainly you know, Gallagher should be signing a new contract. Chalobah shouldn't be going anywhere. Again, Ian Martson should be staying, in my opinion. There's a lot. I knew we would not win today at Wembley because our record's not good there. Well, it's not great there. The last Chelsea player to dye his hair blue turned out to be an absolute disaster. Yeah, no, I do remember him. No, he absolutely does. He absolutely does. And there's none of that right now. And the reality is that he's going to play pretty much every game because that's the reality, you know, because we haven't got anyone else. That's why. You know, yeah, he does need some competition. You know, that if you don't play well, then you're going to be replaced or dropped for the next game. But Yeah, I mean, it's gutting. It is devastating. I'm just not sure it's yeah, is that exactly what I'm saying. Exactly what I'm saying. Exactly what I'm saying. It's a problem about his attitude. I mean, he's a young kid. He's what 22 years of age. Obviously, still got a lot to learn, but those things just really don't look good. Really don't look good, and they reflect badly on you as an individual. Um, Robbed of a pen. Yep. I agree on that front. I do agree on that front. I mean, what is the point in VAR if they're not going to go back and like and give that decision? Um, what else? Basically lost because we couldn't finish. Yep, absolutely. One thing watching today I noticed is that this playing out from the back and losing the ball. Yep, we're like when Colwell and Fafana aren't there, like this team is not good enough on these defenders aren't good enough on the ball to play out from the back. That's the reality of the situation. They're not good enough on the ball to play out from the back. Simple as that. Um, what else? Yeah, look, obviously it's not ideal that Gusto had to go off. As I said, you like maybe he could have put Cucurella there, shifted him to right back. That the actual defending for the goal from Disasi on Doku wasn't even that bad. He's like obviously he didn't go to him and close him down, but like he wasn't skinned or anything. And that it is what it is. It is what it is. I'm seeing a lot of people say that. By the way, he needs a loan move after what he did when he was laughing. It does. I'm not sure it's a lack of. It's a big lack of awareness in my view. I think next season we're going to do well. There is promise. There absolutely is promise. There's no denying that. There is promise there. There's reason to be optimistic, 100%. But the reality is that right now we are turning into we are a nearly team at the moment. We're just not quite ready to take that final step. We can play well, but ultimately we do end up falling short. We do end up falling short. Without Cole, we struggle when we play. Yeah, we absolutely do. We absolutely do because the other centre backs are not good enough on the ball. Not good enough on the ball. We started the game sloppy. Giving away Cucurella almost instantly first couple of minutes. Almost sells Silver sends Silver down the river with a really short pass. I think KDB almost got, and he would have been through on goal, and it would have almost been a certain goal. It's things like that. We're just so nervy at the back. Did we look slow on the pitch? At times we definitely move. We're definitely moving the ball pretty slowly. No denying that whatsoever. But then the times that we did move it quickly, we looked like making things happen. And we did have we had 2 or 3 really good passages of play. But we just couldn't take advantage of them, people. Maybe it's time for him to potentially come back into the side, sign a striker in the summer, and move Jackson to left wing. Again, maybe then what do you do with the likes of Mudryk and maybe anyone else? I don't know. People forget. I mean, the partying thing I think was blown a little bit out of context. It wasn't as bad as what people made out. Yeah, okay, it wasn't ideal, but I think people made it out to be bigger than it really was. Can't next season be mid-table? No, I don't think we will. Look, Emirates on Tuesday. I'm not even thinking about that right now. It's going to be tricky. We know it's going to be tricky. There's no getting away from that. But we could do something. Noni needs to really cop on. This is Chelsea. We have legends crying because we lost, and he's laughing with Grealish. Yeah, I absolutely agree with that. Absolutely agree. But yeah, I think for Silva, I think we know that's the last time that he's going to play at Wembley. That was his last opportunity to win a domestic trophy in England. And unfortunately, it's gone. But this guy cares. These are the sorts of mentalities and leaders that you need in the team and the squad. And there's just nowhere near enough of them. There just isn't enough of them. Simple as that, people. Simple as that. Talking of not enough, There's not enough likes on the stream, guys. 27 likes, 49 in the building. Keep smashing that like button. It's free. Takes seconds to do, and it really, really helps out. Really, really helps out. So please keep smashing the like button. Please keep subscribing to the channel as well. Heading towards 9,000 subscribers. Every new subscriber really helps. So please subscribe if you haven't done so, guys. And yeah, let's get these likes up. Let's get these likes up. Come on, people. Let's do it. Let's do it. Right. What else is happening? Let's move away from the silver stuff. I just wanted to mention. Do you know this is what I was saying after the game on Chelsea Fan TV? It'd be the most Chelsea thing to have lost that, and then United will go and lose against Coventry, and it'll end up being a Man City Coventry final. I said it before the game, and I stand by it now. If we'd won today, we win the FA Cup. In my opinion, it's simple as that for me. But yeah, I wouldn't rule out Coventry winning. Of course, they're not going to be favourites. United will be clear favourites on that front. But yeah, I don't see it. I'm not ruling it out. Absolutely not ruling it out. And it would just be typical, absolutely typical on that front. Yeah, I mean, let's talk about Trevor Chalobah briefly. Another one that gets it. He's been here his whole life. Sorry to the fans not to be today. Thank you for the support. We stick together. We do stick together. Trev was superb today. And then anyone that thinks this guy's not good enough, I don't understand well, I do understand is that would be being sold for financial reasons. And yeah, that's just not right. Absolutely not right. It's not. He was brilliant today. For me, he's better than Disasi. Chalobah is better than Disasi, and yet I know obviously Trev's been injured, but one's played pretty much every game this season, while the other one's been kind of cast aside and looks like he's going to be moved on. Chalobah's come back into the team, and if you're a cynic, you might say, "Oh, he's being played because they're trying to boost his transfer value." I do hear that side of things, but Pochettino's not going to be playing someone just to increase their value for the club. Like, he's going to be playing them because he thinks they're right for the team. And right now, Trev is right for the team. There's no denying that. Trev is right for the team at the moment. And it is what it is, people. Like, he should be staying here. He's proven he's got the quality to play at this level. He's proven how important he is for this team and can be for the squad. And yeah, he should be staying. He was brilliant today. He was brilliant today. And if any centre back should be leaving, it certainly shouldn't be him. I honestly think Chalobah's been since he's returned from injury. I actually think he's been our best player. Not our best player, so our best defender. He's been our best defender. I mean, this, by the way, just if anything sums up our Wembley record, it's this. Chelsea's Wembley record since May 2022. So that's obviously from the two finals against Liverpool onwards. 39 shots. We've had an XG of over 4.5, and we've not scored a single goal. That right there is the problem laid bare. Yeah. What can we say? What can we say on that front? I absolutely agree on that. Absolutely agree on that. Chalobah should be staying. No, there's no denying it whatsoever. He 100% should be staying. No, Jackson. Look, Jackson today is going to have to take the criticism that comes his way for missing those chances. But I say outside of that, obviously that's a major thing. But again, his all-round play, he was very good today. He played well today, and he's had a good season. There's no denying that. He has had a good season. But he'll have to hold that today on the fact that he missed those chances. But this is not a new thing. This is not just a Chelsea thing of this season. This is a regular thing that's been happening for a number of years now. It's been happening for a number of years, and it doesn't appear, it doesn't look like being solved right now. But that is just unbelievable, by the way, unbelievable that we missed. I mean, I look back at the games we've had at Wembley, and the amount of chances we've missed is criminal. It is criminal. It's unforgivable how many chances we keep missing at Wembley. Big occasion, big moments, and we just can't seem to take them. I agree on that. Yeah, I agree. I've not seen it. I've seen a still image, but I've not seen it. I haven't managed a chance to see it back yet. But from what people are saying, it was a dreadful decision. But ultimately, yeah, that's not gone our way, and that's not acceptable when you've got VAR. What is the point in VAR if they can't do things? They can't get something like that right, which is quite clear cut. But ultimately, we take our chances, and that's not even a conversation because we win the game. And yeah, okay, maybe we should have had a penalty as well, but you've won and you don't care. So yeah, if we don't get European football, what will happen? I don't know. I don't really know, to be honest. Combination of problems. Jackson poor finishing, but my God, how many times are we going to talk about Poch in-game management? Look, to be fair, I don't think the in-game management was that bad. Yeah, okay, the subs, Sterling and whatnot should have played more than 10 minutes. Sure, I agree on that. Last time we won at Wembley, 2018 against Man United. No, we beat Crystal Palace in 2022 semi-final. But yeah, last time we won a final at Wembley was 2018. You guys, yeah, guys, keep smashing the likes on the video. You people know what to do. Keep running those likes up on the video. It's free. It takes seconds, and it does really help out, guys. It boosts us. It boosts the content in the algorithm, gets more eyes on the channel, and ultimately, that is exactly what we want. Exactly what we want. But yeah, it's a shame. It is a shame. You just end up having the same conversations, don't you? Yes. Big up. I'm not really sure, to be honest. But look, it's not something that we should be seeing at all moving forwards. But I actually thought, for what it's worth today, it wasn't dreadful. If we're being honest, we deserve to be punished. We absolutely did. Yeah. Yep, summer priority is absolutely a striker, and adding some leadership and some players that have got elite level mentalities. I don't know how many of those are knocking about, but we need to find some. I mean, he did miss something similar-ish in the Champions League final for Inter last season. It does happen, but yeah, of course we would have had more of a chance with Lukaku on the end of those chances. There's absolutely no denying that. Look, Jackson again, his all-round play is definitely underrated. Doesn't get the credit he deserves. But yeah, that sums us up at Wembley. If we ever needed a striker, or you could ever tell that this team is struggling, don't take our chances and whatnot, then this is the perfect summary of what's been happening today. Perfect summary. But it's hard, isn't it? It is hard because where's the benefit? I mean, look, there should be some benefit of the doubt today. There's no denying that. But yeah, that ultimately is completely and utterly unacceptable on every single level. On every single level, that's not acceptable today. And just in general at Wembley, that's not good enough. But let's move away from that, and I just kind of think let's talk about the club, the situation we're in. I mean, look, it's a long-term plan. We know this. It requires patience, and it requires belief in the players from the fans. if we sum it up, what are we? 3 points off sixth for the game in hand. We've reached a cut final, we've reached a semi-final, and we've had 4 key players missing pretty much all season. Next year, we absolutely need more experience. We need these injured players back. We need a few signings, and we will absolutely do better. But, you know, you look at this and you just think, you know, the club has been mismanaged for quite a while now. You know, it really has. You know, the club was loaded with debt to build this team up, and it is hard at times to see what it's all for. You see managers failing quickly, but then the same is also true for the sporting directors. Projects absolutely can take time. They do. But we've not made any decent executive hires that would result in that initial improvement pretty quickly. You know, longest one is what? When City waited for Pep. And then I just don't know. I just don't know. I'm just not sure on what. I'm just not sure on where we sort of go from here. But it is true, and this is ifs and buts. But if we'd not had Reece James out virtually all the season and fit, if we'd had Christopher Nkunku fit for most of the season, if Wesley Fofana had been fit for most of the season, if we'd had Lavia as well been fit, then there's no doubt in my mind that we would be sort of fifth. We'd be comfortably fifth or sixth. I know football doesn't work like that. And maybe we might have won today, and we might have won in the final. You know, you take 4 key players out of City and Arsenal for the majority of the season. They're not the same team either. I'm not saying we'd be suddenly we'd be in the top 4 with those guys available, but I'll tell you what, we'd be a lot closer to Tottenham in that 5th place right now if that had been the situation. You know, that's. I mean, it's tough, isn't it? That ultimately, like, I don't want to blame one individual for what's happened today. Jackson will get the stick and the heat for not taking the opportunities, but you know, it's a collective effort. I don't want any refunds. Lavia, I think, is going to be a great player for us when he eventually gets himself fit. In Nkunku, I've got high hopes for as well. And then for Fofana, it's a massive season for him next season. But if he's fit and he's playing well, then he is without a doubt. I think he's our best defender. I also think he's our best defender. New medical team. I don't know what's going to be happening about the medical team. I got headbutt at the game by a cokehead who ran off as I was held back by police. Where was that? What, in the stadium? I saw a couple of people scrapping in the crowd, like a few rows below me, and there's a couple of fans that are having an argument about, you know, not supporting the team properly. Yeah, it's not ideal, not ideal at all. In Nkunku back training, yeah, in parts of training, not the full training. But yeah, I'm not interested in either the toxic positivity that it's all okay and it's all fine, or the toxic negativity is that everything's shit, we're shit, players shit, pot shit, club's doomed. Realism is acknowledging the positives and the negatives and then forming a balanced view in my mind. You know, it's not one way or the other way. You're praising everything or you're shitting on everything. It's about assessing the negatives and assessing the positives and coming to an overall rounded conclusion. Thoughts on Noni today? Not great. Wasn't particularly in the game in the first half. Second half, you know, when he got on the ball in decent positions, the end product was poor. Yeah, I don't think he was particularly good. Yeah, fair. So was I. What? Yeah, I was behind the goal. Yeah, Fofana is by far our best defender. He absolutely is. Absolutely is. I think that's probably a fair synopsis. I think we probably would have been in and around there. Absolutely. Guys, 37 likes. Keep smashing that like button. It's free. It takes seconds to do. So please do that. Keep smashing them. Run it up, guys. We're 37 with 50 in the building. Let's get us to 50 likes if we can. It would be very much appreciated. So please do that. Thought midfield got bypassed. It did at times today. I'm not sure Osimhen's right for us, but you know, at this point in time, I would absolutely take him. 100%, 100%. I was the scrap in front of you. Oh, what? That was just slightly to the right. Yeah, I think I might have seen that, and yeah, it was, wasn't it? I was like, yeah, I definitely saw that. I definitely saw that. You know, I definitely saw that. Yeah. Well, look, the only change, Enzo was always, if Enzo was fit, he was always going to come back in. We know that. He was always going to come back in. But yeah, I mean, look, part of me would have liked to have seen that, but then there was no way that he was going to drop Gallagher. Maybe he does need to be a bit braver, but Gallagher wasn't too bad today. Yeah, well, I would. I absolutely would. I think Nacho at 34 years of age, there's a lot of value to be had there. No doubt about it. We need to get Winstanley and Stewart. I want them gone. Yeah, I hear that. Why isn't Emma Hayes coming out and saying anything about the shit show at Chelsea? Well, why would she come out and say anything? I'm a bit lost there. A bit lost on that front. Not quite sure what you mean. Think Enzo should get surgery. Yeah, I would agree on that. You know, we just want that. We want that situation dealt with once and for all. Yeah, we do. But look, again, Poch was spot on today in what he said. In what he said after the game. You know, it's a really easy game to analyze, this one, guys. A very straightforward game. We just didn't have it in us, and it's a concern. That's twice we've come to Wembley now. That's twice we've played better, and that's twice that we've come up short. I mean, Poch was speaking about. I mean, someone was saying that Palmer had strapping on his thigh. I think it was reported on BBC or something. But yeah, Poch was speaking on Palmer. He's tired, but I don't believe he has a problem. We need to check tomorrow. Hope it is nothing wrong more than tired. Yeah, I mean, this would be peak. Could you just imagine if that was the case? That it was more. I don't think it is. I don't think it is a major problem, but yeah, it wouldn't be. It would certainly not be ideal if it was. It really wouldn't be ideal, and it would be just our luck, wouldn't it? It really would be. But look, Palmer again was good today. You know, let down by poor finishing. Probably should have had a couple of assists. Had a good opportunity himself where maybe he could have done a bit better. We have to wait and see. But yeah, hopefully Palmer, the condition is not too bad on that front. I mean, I didn't really notice any major issues on that front. So let's just hope that nothing comes up over the next few days. Yeah, we just. I mean, yeah. Do you know what? I don't understand with the penalty. Why not just why do they just not send him to the monitor to have a look? You know, what's the point of the monitor if you're not going to use it? If you're not going to use the monitor, then it's totally pointless it being there. You know, you should have asked him. You should have asked him to go and have another look. But yeah, obviously he didn't. I mean, I hope Palmer's not injured as well. Yeah, it just raises a number of issues here. A number of issues. a number of issues, but ultimately, the only thing that matters is how we played. Sorry, is the result, and we've come up short in a big moment at Wembley again. It's not what you want. I mean, would it be a disaster to take? Would it be a disaster to take? I mean, I look at it today and I just think Lukaku would be perfect for us today. And I have thought that a number of times this season that Lukaku would have been good for us. But it is what it is, people. It is what it is, isn't it? I thought Lukaku would have been decent for us. I think Pochettino would use him well. I do think that. I think Poch would have used him well. No, we haven't got silly money to spend. We need to add experience to the squad. If, and this is a big if, and it's not going to happen, but if everyone could just act like adults, then it could work for a season. But we know that's not going to happen. But Lukaku is the exact sort of player that we're looking for, and we're obviously not going to find one. I mean, we're going to have to spend a lot of money. It's annoying because Lukaku's exactly the sort of player we need, but it's all fucked. Do you know what's also weird as well? We had Enzo and Mudryk extending their contracts for another year. No reason, not sure why. And Gallagher's still got nothing to accept. It just doesn't make any sense. It just doesn't make any sense whatsoever. And again, on that Madueke thing, him laughing, it creates obviously a perception, because as fans we can only judge what we see, and when you see that, it doesn't look good. There's a time and a place, and it was certainly a bad look. Yeah, I thought Cucurella was decent as well. I agree on that. I thought he was good. Absolutely agree. Guys, keep running the likes up. 41 likes. We need to get to 50. Come on, people. Come on, you can do this. It's Saturday night. We need to keep it moving, guys. We need to keep it moving. So yeah, let's keep doing it. Run those likes up, subscribe to the channel and all that good stuff. But let's get us to 50. We need 9 more likes. There's 44 in the building. So we should have got a striker last summer. Thought Cucurella was good. Yeah, Cucurella had a good game today. I thought he played pretty well. Yeah. Pretty much. Yeah. Yeah. He has been when he's played. He has been. I just don't know where we go from here, though. You look at it. I just think we have to accept what we are right now. That's where we're at. The best thing is just the days out are good, but this is this is where we're at. But again, I just think big problems in terms of accountability at the club. As I was saying earlier, who's sick to their stomach of coming second? I just don't think there are enough of those characters anymore, or any of them. The sporting directors should be gone. They failed the plan. Simple as that. But it will also likely. But they're probably going to coast while this manager is still in charge. That is the ultimate reality of the situation right now. And again, a proven striker. Unfortunately, guys, we talk about a proven striker. This group can't handle responsibility. We know that. Poch didn't build the squad. He set the team up well. We should have won. The players didn't execute it. We've just been built to be second place. But that's the reality right now. It's a tricky one, isn't it? I mean, we probably would have lost the final anyway if we're being brutally honest. It's not great. The biggest worry is that for me as well, you can see it, Winstanley and Stewart are probably going to bin Jackson off at some point, despite him being by far and away their most successful signing so far in terms of a project signing. All the same game, Again, what is it with us at Wembley? You've seen this game at least 5 times probably since 2017. Outplaying opponents, can't finish, scandalous refereeing decisions top it all off. FA Cup finals, League Cup finals, they're all the same game at this point. The script is written. We know exactly what's going to happen every time. Every time this happens, we know exactly what is going on, and there's seemingly nothing we seem to be able to do about it. We were close to our best today until we got in the box. And City, all right, they weren't particularly good today, and they still had enough. The gap's massive. We know that. This group cannot handle responsibility. Simple as that. And I just think right now, Chelsea, every time Chelsea go to Wembley, it's just like a social experiment to see how you can find new ways to mess up high quality chances. And we keep finding new ones. And I suppose at least we've mastered something, people. At least we've mastered something. And again, this summer, we know what we need. I don't see a proven striker coming in. I do not see a proven striker coming in this summer. And that in itself is a major problem. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. I did see that. It's outrageous what's going on right now. And then you've got the narrative behind the match is going to be something like, I know Chelsea were plucky, we played well, but coming up short basically suits everyone at the club right now in terms of ownership, directors, etc. But it should be about why we didn't win a game we should have won yet again. Yet again, we were not doing that. And when you buy young, raw players, you're going to get unpredictable end result. That was this game. As a club, we have actively made that decision over the last 3 windows. And then we act surprised when it keeps happening over and over again. Even against the best, at their worst, we couldn't match the mentality or the know-how or the responsibility today. We couldn't. We've lost as... It doesn't matter what happens at Wembley. We've lost as favourites. We've lost as underdogs. We've lost with mature squads. We've lost with bunches of kids. We've lost games that have been open. We've lost games that have been close. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We right now, it's in this historic sports curse at this point in time. Because it's outrageous what that level of what's going on. It really is. It really is right now. It's I don't know where we're at the moment. It's not a great place. We've got a huge game Tuesday as well coming up. It's gonna be very tough. It's going to be very, very tough. Big up to everyone that's locked in, by the way. Keep smashing the like, subscribe. Let's have a look what you guys are saying in the chat. Yes, evening. Sesko, again, another player with potential. He's got good qualities, but it's not the answer to the problems that we've got right now. Yes, evening. Was it the game today? First time at Wembley. Hope you enjoyed it. Yeah, fans were great today. They really were. City, you couldn't hear them until they scored. Agreed. Yep, you're spot on there. I thought Caicedo was good as well. They will say we are already going toe-to-toe with City. Give it time. Yeah, I hear it. I think that was a pen on Grealish today for a Cole Palmer penalty, man. But yeah, absolutely. Yeah, well, we all want a bit more. Of course, we all want a bit more. But the reality right now, guys, in the situation we're in, is that there isn't a lot more. Because this is the route we've chosen to go down, and we've gone a long way down this route now, and we're just going to have to firm it. We're going to have to firm it and see how it ends up, because it's not going to change. It is not going to change. So yeah, we're just going to have to stick with it and hope it comes good. There's nothing else we can do about it. Europa League now through the FA Cup's gone. We're not going to get the extra coefficient spot is definitely going to be gone. So the most we can hope for right now, guys, with what's left of the season is a run in the league. 3 points off 6th and 7th, game in hand. Europa League and Conference League are absolutely feasible, but then equally as feasible is the chance that we end up playing no Europe next season. Best player today, I thought Palmer was very good. I thought Gusto played well. Chalobah was very good. Jackson was good today, obviously, apart from the obvious, which was not ideal. Again, I understand why people are frustrated by slightly later subs than they would have liked, but actually, in fairness to Pochettino today, I don't believe that there was much more that he could have done. We created the chances, we played well. I don't think Enzo was poor today. It was certainly better when he dropped deeper and got on the ball more. I agree. Maybe we should have gone with the midfield that we did against Everton. I don't think Gusto's injured. I just think he's a bit of fatigue, a bit of tiredness. I certainly don't think he's getting injured. Fulham we will be hopefully not. But it's just such a shame, because this just keeps happening at Wembley. Poor decisions, missing chances. It was just summed up by Mudryk's free kick right at the end, where his delivery in the last minute just goes over everyone and straight out for a goal kick. And again, we can talk about experience. I don't want experience. I want characters, winners, etc. Palmer, when he arrived, hadn't scored a single Premier League goal, but look at his mentality and his personality. Those are the things that mattered. People forget Palmer hadn't scored a goal in this league before he joined us, but his mentality and personality, those are the things that we should be highlighting and looking for in absolute abundance. Those are the things that we should be looking for. Yeah, it's not great. Obviously, as fans, as I was saying earlier, we can only judge on what we see, and it's a time and a place, and it certainly doesn't look good. I don't think he cost us dearly. Cucurella, I don't know. Maybe he's looking for a bit more attacking threat. That's what I've always said about Cucurella. Is he's decent enough defensively, does a good job, but you're not going to get much from him going forward. No, data absolutely doesn't show mentality, and that's why data's all well and good, but you can't have a situation where you're purely relying on data, because again, data doesn't give you mentality, it doesn't give you personality, it doesn't give you born winners. That sort of stuff doesn't show up on data. So yeah, we're in the mud at the moment. It's another problem. Yeah, it's got to the point now where you kind of just immune to it, numb to the situation. Yeah, again, I think Enzo does have some winning mentality, but again, as part of that team for Argentina, look at the senior players and the quality around him. That same quality and stuff is just not at Chelsea at this point in time. It's just not there. it is a big issue, guys. There's no denying it. There's no denying it at all. It is absolutely a big issue. It's there's nothing new here with where we're at right now. Nothing new in this situation whatsoever. We're in a situation where we could end up with Europe, or we could end up with absolutely nothing. It's just really frustrating. But is the season over? I don't think so. With where we're at, we've got 7 massive games left in the Premier League. The next 2 are going to have a big bearing on what happens. If we don't win either of the next 2, I think we can forget it. I think we've got to win at least one of Arsenal and Villa. Both of those away, 2 very tricky away games, 2 very difficult places to go to. But for me, we've got to win one of them. We've got to win one of those. Otherwise, yeah, we really can forget it. We have to win one of those. We really can't afford, not just financially, but from a player development point of view, to go into next season. We're going to add more players, and we're still going to be playing once a week. That's not where it's at, guys. That is not where it's at, and absolutely must change. This is 7 cup finals now, and maybe shouldn't be saying that because given what we're like in cup finals, but this is 7 cup finals, 7 massive games. You turn up and you leave everything out on the pitch. Simple. That's what you have to do. You leave it out on the pitch, and we see what happens. But yeah, you go from scoring 6 on Monday night. I mean, Jackson scores a goal on Monday night with a difficult, controlled touch and finish, and yet he can't finish a simple chance from like a few yards out, a few days later. Yeah, it's just weird, isn't it? It's just a weird one right now, with what's going on. But again, I thought Oliver was poor today. The referee didn't give the penalty. There were a number of. He wasn't giving us many decisions. He waved away clear fouls on a number of occasions, and it was shambolic and amateurish officiating from him. I mean, look, Poch today, as I said, I'll criticize or blame him when it's deserved, and I always have. But I'm not criticizing him today because that wasn't his fault, wasn't on him. Of course, whether he stays or goes next season, that's obviously a completely different debate, and obviously a completely different question. But yeah, that's not on the manager today. Not on the manager at all today. The players, ultimately, the players let us down. The players let us down. And yeah, it is. It's squarely on the players. This one. We had the chances to tear City down today multiple times. We made poor decision after poor decision, and that gave them a second wind. It really did. And it was pretty much a carbon copy of the Carabao Cup final. And it hurts. And it hurts just as much all the same. It does. It feels like we're so close, yet we also feel like we're miles away. We finished what? 4 out of 6 of our big chances against Everton. No one expected us to do that. And then we just fucked up golden opportunities in a big game where we've actually looked where to our credit, we've actually looked our best. Inconsistent players, inconsistent season. Sometimes you get an opponent that does so well that you can only hold your hands up and accept you could have done nothing against it. Easily City's best by some far was Michael Oliver today. Well done to Michael Oliver. I don't think the subs were crap. I mean, Mudryk from Madueke is a standard swap. I think anyone would have made that. And then look, I think I would have liked Carney to have come on. I don't think the subs were that bad today. We didn't lose because of the subs. If that's what anyone's trying to get at, we didn't lose because of the subs. Yeah, it's difficult, isn't it? It is difficult, guys. It really is. Yeah, I don't really know where we go from here. It's going to be tough. It is going to be tough. But yeah, it's a mentality thing. That's the main problem. Are we amongst, if not the youngest? Yeah, second youngest behind Burnley in terms of squad. No, no, I'm not. No, but what I'm saying is that that's the route the club's chosen to go down, and we are like, it's going to take a little bit of time. I mean, yeah, we did, but I mean, again, I don't think that's the reason. That's not the reason we lost. You know, he didn't, like, obviously for the Doku goal, he does stand up him a little bit, but the defending is not dreadful. Trev was brilliant today. He really was. I mean, it's this disgrace that we're thinking that, you know, he's that one that is looking at being sold in the summer. That is a madness, absolute madness. I'm not about that. But yeah, what can we say? What can we say about what we've seen today that we've not already said before on multiple different occasions this season? I think the goal was coming regardless. You just knew it was, because we've seen this play out so many times before. I disagree on that, but we absolutely do need a striker for sure. Don't like Chelsea. Yeah, I agree. Start of the season, we didn't see us get into a semi and a final. Fans are giving up. Yeah, look, I think reaching a final and a semi-final in cups, in the domestic cups, is good. We just got to finish it off by qualifying for some form of Europe. And then, look, all right, it wouldn't be an amazing season, but for a first season in the circumstances of the squad that we've got and whatnot, I don't think it wouldn't be a disaster. It's nowhere near where we need to be, but it would be another step in the right direction potentially. Is what I'm thinking. We just need more games. We just need more games next season. Simple as that. We just need more games. Yeah, we do. That's why I take Conference League. Again, not worst player in the league. He's not dog shit. Free kick was dreadful at the end. Didn't have much of an impact when he came on. But to say he's the worst player in the league is just a nonsense. It absolutely is. What else have we got going on here? Jackson today didn't handle the pressure when he was in those positions. He didn't handle the pressure. Hopefully more experience. He will do better, and he'll get the job done. Yeah, we're not going to. The model's not changing. The model's not changing. But there needs to be a loosening of the reins, though, like where we can just deviate off course for a couple of signings. Poch should have allowed Stone to have done that. I don't think he's dreadful. Like we've seen that there's ability there and there's quality there, but it's very raw and it's very rough. If I didn't believe in a player, I wouldn't be backing him for the sake of it. I back him because I believe that there is a player there, and I believe that it will come good. It's just going to take a bit of time. Yeah, absolutely. That's what we need right now. Anything that gets us more games next season goes down as a positive in my book. Anything gets us more games, it goes down as a positive. How many players do you think are good enough for Chelsea right now? A handful, I would say a handful. But yeah, it is what it is, isn't it, people? It is what it is. It's just ultimately, yeah, I would agree on that. I would agree that Jackson and Palmer have definitely been our best attackers this season. No denying it. No denying it. Look, no, we've seen what he can do. The goal against Newcastle where he dribbles through. He's done. He's had an okay season. In my opinion, yes, you want more, and there's definitely more there, and there's ability there and whatnot. But I don't think he's been anywhere. He's not anywhere near as bad as what you're making out. But yeah, guys, gonna look to round this one out. Big up to everyone that has locked in today. Again, Enzo did struggle today, but this is from Nizar. Let me just quickly bring this up before I finish it here. This is interesting. 2 poor performers from Wembley, but I thought it was a pretty impressive display. Another Wembley Stadium sickener. Yeah, Nicholas Jackson copying the bulk of the criticism, but Enzo Fernandez also struggled today. Fewer touches than Petrovic and Jackson. 73.3% passing accuracy, and just 2 out of 9 duels won. Enzo's not fit. Like, all right, he might be fit to play, but he's not fit. And this is another issue, at this point for me, send Enzo away, get the surgery you need, take the time off. Shouldn't really play the Copa America this summer either, and should come back for the preseason. That's the reality. That is the reality. But he's not fit. The sooner we let this guy have the surgery, stop flogging him out there, the better. Yeah, he wins duels, but it seems like he does win duels. But right now, it seems like he's a bit of a softie, and he's playing football with a hernia issue that he needs surgery on. And taking painkillers absolutely doesn't mean no pain. Enzo shouldn't be playing. He shouldn't be playing. It's as simple as that, because he's clearly not fit and he's playing through an issue, and it's probably just being made worse. Take the surgery. It was so obvious he wasn't at 100% today. There's nothing really left to play for now. Just, as I said, just take the surgery and come back for the pre-season. But Enzo was off it today, but he's not fit. That's the reality. He's not fit, and there's a problem there. But yeah, anyway, I'm going to round this one out, guys. Big up to everyone that's locked in tonight. Appreciate all the support as always. Please smash the likes on the way out. Subscribe if you're new around here. Another disappointing day at Wembley. We're used to these by now. Hopefully we can finish the season off. 7 cup finals remaining. Arsenal at the Emirates on Tuesday. Let's hope we can bounce back for that one. Guys, we're on 58 likes. Let's get this up to as close to 70 likes as possible on the way out. Keep smashing that like button on the way out. Give it the thumbs up. Click the subscribe button. Trying to get to 9,000 subscribers as quickly as possible. All the support is greatly appreciated. Guys, enjoy your Sunday. I'll catch you on Monday for the Arsenal preview, unless there's any major news tomorrow. Until then, guys, enjoy the rest of your evening. Enjoy your weekend. Enjoy your Sunday. Up the Chelsea. Peace out. Onwards and upwards, and we will be back. We will be back.